blazed the path, who led the way. Hip hop is now what it's actually meant to be, and it's funny and it's ironic when I say so, that hip hop is where it's meant to be, because at the same time I'm a purist myself. I love your rapper's rapper. I love all the greats, your Nas's, love them, your Tupacs. Shit, man. When I started listening to hip hop, I was listening to Immortal Technique, bro. You know what I mean? I started out banging Immortal Technique, bro. That's how deep I was in hip hop. That's how I fell in love with hip hop, through Immortal Technique and guys who were talking that type of talk. But as I say now, that when I say that hip hop is actually now what it's supposed to be, it does kind of sound ironic, because the focus is no longer on lyricism, right? Yes and no. Like I say, having a dope project out is not the end goal anymore. That's not what cuts it anymore. That's not how the game has now turned out to be. And as they say, hip hop is 50 years old now. It has evolved. Like everything else, the game has evolved. Now it's all about your moves. Now it has turned into a game of chess. You know what I mean? Thanks to all those who led the way for us, it has really become what it's meant to be, and which is a means, a vehicle, really a vehicle or means for, I'm gonna say, black people, obviously, and other people as well, other races as well, but I'm more focusing on black people because I am black, and I do know what comes with being black, and I do know our struggles in this world, our struggles in the corporate world, our struggles just, having a plate with food on in this here world we live in. So hip-hop is that thing, man. It's that means. It's one of those means. It's not the means, but to me it is the means, because I'm chasing it. This is my dream. I'm also chasing to respectfully have my own imprint in the game, with my uniqueness and my passion, and what I'm driven by, which is the hip hop that I grew up on. The messages I was hearing, the inspiration I was catching, the inspiration that made me feel good and made me wanna share with other people. So basically that's what hip hop is. It's like, to me, it's like, I just want everybody to hear what I heard, to feel what I felt when I was listening to Tupac, when I was listening to Immortal Technique, Point of No Return, Immortal Technique, Leaving the Past Behind, B.I.G., Sky's the Limit, that's my type of hip hop. Nas on shit, man. There's a lot of Nas songs, bro. A lot of them, yo. Nas is one of them ones that speak to your soul, as much as Pac did. So yeah, man, this is just me, capturing my thoughts on what the game is. And what actually made me think about this is that, I was thinking about a guy like Benny the Butcher, awesome artist. When Benny the Butcher came out and was introduced like on a global scale to some of us who didn't know him, hey man, I'm not as tapped in as the next man is, and the next man might not be as tapped in as I am, but when I was finally introduced to Benny the Butcher and how he was introduced to the world now after gaining that acclaim, and after making them rounds as he was supposed to. Like after he put in that work and now he was starting to get recognized. Yo, this guy was like, you know, the last. Like this guy was like, yo, it was a while before a rapper became that big. You know, I don't even know who's that big right now. You know, but this guy, the way he rose to the spotlight was so like organic, you know, like he rose like one of those guys, like, you know, you like one of those guys, the Nas, like there was a buzz around this guy. So fast forward, I think that was back in 2020, maybe, I don't know, 2022, when Griselda started making real waves. Fast forward now, it's 2026. I feel the Butcher does not have that light that he used to have on him, and obviously I know personally what is to blame. You know, some other factors include Kendrick popped back out. You know, Kendrick popped back out, and all them niggas had to fall back because Kendrick went head on with Drakeo, the dragon, the guy who ruled the industry at that time, the guy who everybody was subservient to. Kendrick came out, started throwing slugs at that motherfucker. So everything stopped and the whole focus was back on Kendrick, which respectfully so, he is the master. You know what I mean? He is one of the guys that's playing this game of hip hop very well, and you know, in terms of everything, packaging, he's actually a guy who can bet on his music. You know, Kendrick is actually the guy who can bet on his music, you know. But I believe even he knows now that the game has changed. It ain't about your music anymore. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the art has to die. No, we love the art and we are grateful to all artists who are dropping, you know, projects that they pour their hearts into, that when we revisit, you know, put a smile on our face, you know. So basically my train of thought is, like, this is just me thinking to myself. Like, I decided to record this because it's profound what I just like thought. Like, the game ain't based on good music anymore. Good music is there, yes, it is one of the factors, but it ain't the factor anymore. You know what I mean? Now it's all about moves. So I think when Benny the Butcher took that deal with Def Jam, after Jay-Z warned them not to split up, Jay-Z warned them, he pleaded with them, him, Conway, and Westside Gun, he pleaded with them not to split. Okay, maybe he wasn't aware that they're not a group, but he told them not to split. And sure enough, you know, niggas all want the glory, you know, their own glory, you know, they to ride their own coattail, but Jay-Z was right, I guess, because he forecasted it, you know, because immediately when niggas started taking their own paths, when the Butcher opened BSF, okay, BSF has always been there, but when he started now, you know, signing artists and pushing his lane, and when Conway also started pushing his drum work, you know, it crippled and weakened the team, you know. And okay, this is not about success in terms of money. Brothers probably got money where they at, but I'm talking in terms of like having a hold on the game. They lost the hold on the game, because now we're even hearing rumors of them fighting and whatnot. But obviously, because they all family, they will keep it, you know, keep fixing things. But when I'm talking about the Butcher, I'm saying that when he took that deal, what he did was he took the deal, which was not a bad thing. He took the deal, I feel, this is my opinion, this is my train of thought. He took the deal and then he bet on his music. You know what I mean? He bet on his music, the album he was about to drop on Def Jam. I don't know how I think he signed a deal for one album. The album that he was about to drop on that label, he bet on the music. That's where I feel the Butcher lost it at, because the game changed, bro. You know what I mean? He was supposed to see that. So the Butcher, I don't blame him in a way, because I see that he wants to be a traditional artist. He's a traditional artist, basically. He wants to go out, like, you know what I'm saying, one of the greats in that respect of, like, people, you know, worshiping your catalog and whatnot. But the game ain't like that no more. The game ain't like that no more. You know what I mean? You don't grab a hold of the game by dropping a heater. Funny enough, you know, a heater obviously is one of those things you need when you enter the game, and which he so wonderfully did with Tenor Talk 3, with the plugs I made, with that Burden of Proof, with Hit Boy shit, man. That shit was fire, bro. But now he's done that already. He's built a name for himself. Niggas already calling him dope. He was supposed to adapt to the game now, which is being played, and the people who are really fucking up this game and who really have this game in a chokehold right now, it's guys like Alchemist, guys that aren't even fully in the system, guys like Larry June, beasts. You know what I'm saying? Beasts. You know, people who see it for what it is. And mind you, these people are dropping good music, excellent music, life-changing music. But the game ain't designed that way no more for us to dwell on the music. Now it's the moves you make. It's now literally, as they say, chess. It's a chess game. Hip-hop now is about moves, you know. It's about moves. It's a game of wits. You know what I'm saying? That's what most of these niggas out here don't understand. Especially, you know, niggas like myself who are on the come up. You know, they don't understand what is it really about. You know, what hip-hop really is, you know. I don't think there's a clear definition, but I have a definition of my own that I feel I share with some of the greats in which I study, you know, in this present day and age, you know. So yeah, man, that's my train of thought, man. Hip hop, man. Shit, man. This shit is beautiful, you know. And if you wanna play it, just know that it's not an easy game, and it's literally blood, sweat, and tears, you know. But it's so fascinating, man. It's an art form. They ain't lie one bit when they say it's an art form. And it's funny because the art form has changed from, not necessarily changed, but what it has become. Like, the art form is no longer like the original pen beats, you know, sound, cadence. No, like the music. No, the whole game itself has become an art form. All factors of the game and how you choose to play it is an art form, and how you play it and how you present yourself and play your game. That's the art form you are partaking in. So I felt I should record this, man, because it's just some profound thoughts running through my mind, man. I don't have this a lot, but when it does hit me and I'm going through these thoughts, like, man, it's kind of unfair, man, to just think them to myself. I'm the type of person, like, I really like sharing what makes me happy, like, and excited, like, even back then when I was young, and like I put a lot of niggas onto the music that I listened to, niggas who wasn't listening to hip hop, I made them hip hop heads, just by sharing the joy of the music of what I was hearing when I was listening to all these different artists. So, but now this is 2026, man. The game has changed. It has evolved. It's everything and more, So, yes, there are negatives, but man, the negatives don't outweigh the positives, I guess, in my opinion. Yeah, man. So, I'm gonna keep playing this game, until my casket drops, because shit, since I met her, man, I can't forget about her. I can't let her go, man. I love this too much, man. And I'm gonna keep playing. Yeah, LSG the Thorn. I'm out.